Hello there. Did you know that Paradox just added historical presets for tanks and planes in the recent DLC? Massive wereaboos and World War II history nerds alike can now copy the Panzer III perfectly and make historical designs. But are they any good? We're going to test that out right now. I'm going to play a game as Germany and use only the historical tank and plane designs. But to make it a little harder, I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to use historical division designs as well. That's right, I'm going to do actual historical research to find year-appropriate division designs for each year and only use them. Can I still win the war? Will I be able to beat the Soviets? Will I even destroy France? Why not like the video and stick around to find out? And hell, why not subscribe for even more stupid challenges? Right, since it's an historical game, might as well go the historical route and start with Rhineland and do some industry techs. Another thing added in the DLC recently is the MIOs, which influence all the tech you can make. And for tanks in Germany, there's so many different ones. I'm going to make life harder for myself, and I'm only going to pick the ones that actually design the tanks in real life. Like, for example, the Panzer III was made by Daimler-Benz, so I will do that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a ton of refineries, so I'm going to go a little bit of Civ greed this game. And I am very concerned that my divisions are going to be super terrible, so I'm just going to need a lot of planes to make up for it. So let's start with some planes early. And since we're talking about planes, let's explore this little bit of weirdness. We're already building the Bf-109D, right? This comes with 4 light machine guns. But if you go to the actual presets for the basic small airframe and click the fighter, it has cannons and 2 light machine guns. So they're different. Doesn't really make any sense, but as soon as I have the Air XP, I will change over to this. Like I said, only the historical presets. I'm not going to make every historical preset though, like this Gross tractor. Look at this piece of shit. It's got 3 heavy machine guns. It's got such low reliability, riveted armor. No thank you. Also, I am so concerned about Army XP. I'm going to have to spend some on Keitel really early. I need to be getting a lot of doctrines, because otherwise my divisions are going to be such garbage. Just wait till you see the historical tank division design. It's not good, man. Oh my god, that is way too many plane designers for me to try to make a decision. I don't want to have to pick historical planes based on who researched them. I'm going to have to spend so much time on Wikipedia. I think Paradox did not want me to do this. I am now making the updated U87s, but for some reason the old ones that I was making, they can be converted to either the updated U87s or Bf-109s. What? Are we slapping some guns on them and just calling it a day? Right, we're kind of in mid-37 now. I'm going to start transitioning to military factories and doing refineries, because I want to take advantage of the refinery bonus from having Schatt before I do Sudetenland. Again, I'm going to need a lot of refineries for rubber. Slightly early Anschluss, but that's okay. And a cool new Danish event, a trade proposal. Oh, okay, I lose consumer goods, but I gain some pretty cool bonuses. That's awesome. And they immediately canceled it after starting it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Denmark. Maybe read for no reason. God damn you, Thorvald Stunning. Well, at least one Scandinavian power likes me. Sweden's given me those resources, which means I can finally start to actually build some tanks with all that tungsten. So apparently, as part of the infantry equipment military industry, the Mauser company, I can choose between semi-auto rifles or bolt-action rifles. Yeah, this is definitely a decision Germany made. We'll go for the historical one. I also need to remember I gotta start building some anti-tank. I wouldn't normally do anti-tank in a single-player game, but historical divisions had a lot of anti-tank pieces, so I need them. And at long last, here it is, the German Infantry Division of 1939. This is as close as I can make it based on all the research I've done so far. It's not a terrible division, though it does have a motorized anti-tank. I don't know why, but it specifies motorized, so okay. It also has an anti-tank support company as well. But hey, it's honestly not a terrible division. There will be some updates later on for this one, but for the most part, the infantry division stays pretty similar. It's the tank divisions that get really weird. Alright, we have the basic medium chassis. This means I get the Panzer III and Panzer IV designs from the focuses with the trade with the Soviets, right? Everyone gets these, but that's not what I said, right? I didn't say I would only use historical tanks. I said I would only use historical presets, and they're different. There's the Panzer III, and it's exactly the same as the Panzer III you get from the Focus, but there's no Panzer IV, so I can only build the Panzer III. It's not a big deal, but like, it's weird. Why is the Panzer IV not here? It was made from basically the same chassis. Also, I can't improve the speed of the Panzer III, so I'm stuck to only 6 kilometers an hour. My encirclements. Whatever, we're doing history. We're gonna puppet Slovakia after Czechoslovakia. And here is the tank. This is the tank division as close as I can get it based on my research. It's kinda weird. 2 tank regiments at a rough ratio of 2-to-1 Panzer IIs to Panzer IIIs and up. Yep. That's a weird one. We got only a little bit of motorized and for some reason some motorized artillery. And because we don't have a ton of doctrines, our org is very low. I am not happy about this tank division. It is not good. I'm getting real scared about our ability to take France with these crappy divisions, so I'm going to start prepping a collab government to make it easier. Well, it's time. Here's what I got ready. I got like 4 armies of infantry and 2 armies of tanks with about 20 total tanks, which is a bit more than they had historically. I also forgot that I needed to do the motorized infantry template as well, which is also kind of weird. It has more motorized anti-tank. Seriously, the Germans just loved anti-tank. And surprisingly, it's going fine. Poland is just collapsing. I think the reason is because I'm accepting the fact that my tank divisions have light tanks in them. And while they don't have a lot of org, I have loads of light tanks because I've been building them the whole time. Normally, I try to really focus on getting as many medium tanks into my tank divisions as possible, but honestly, maybe it's just not necessary. Maybe it's better to work with what you have. A good lesson in life. Yeah, even though these tank divisions are pretty crappy and run out of org very quickly, very few casualties, and Poland's gone. I needn't have worried about being in deficit of infantry equipment though, because now look, I got loads from Poland. I didn't realize that there is actually a Denmark surrenders event now, so I just completely destroy them instantly, which is very nice. Oh, and we also get a really good bonus from owning Denmark, the Butter Front. What the hell, that's great. And a similar thing happens with trying to invade Norway. I do actually get a puppet straight away with the Quisling government. I completely forgot to research Marines. I don't really think there were many German Marines in like the Kriegsmarine or whatever. It was just regular army, so I'm just going to invade normally, and thanks to Quisling, it's very easy to beat them. I can also destroy the Netherlands, but Norway will not capitulate. Like, I've taken all of it with the puppet, but because I don't have Narvik at the very edge of the country, they won't go. Pushing into France now through Belgium, and you know what? Again, it's great. These tanks are just fine. It probably helps that the infantry are quite strong. With the addition of that anti-tank, it does help. But the main thing is that I have a lot of tank divisions. I have like 20, so they can just be in a lot of places at once. Normally, I only have like 6 to 12 medium tank divisions. The collab governments help as well, because there goes France. We own Europe. That was not too bad. I barely lost any equipment at all. Look at that. I've got so much spare. Now I can just really get ready for the Soviets. I'm kind of tempted to see how the preset planes do over England, so let's do a little bit of a Battle of Britain. Why not? And we finally have the improved medium tank chassis. Let's see what Paradox has in store for the presets. I can choose between the Panzer IV and the Panzer IV. What? But the Panzer IV should be with the basic chassis. Shouldn't the improved chassis be like the Panther or something? Well, whatever, it's an upgrade from the crappy Panzer III I have, so let's just do the one that's the main battle tank, because I think there's going to be a lot of Soviet tanks, and let's do it. Let's just mass produce them. There's also the Jagdpanther and Hummel, but hopefully I won't need to make them too much. There is something kind of weird about the tank divisions from 1941 though. They have something called heavy armored artillery, which I've taken to mean SPGs. So I need to make at least some SPGs now so that they're ready when I make the divisions. And since I really would rather have all of my tank divisions be Panzer IVs, let's use our old Panzer IIIs and make a Grille. Why not? It's crappy and terrible, but hey, it gives me soft attack, and it's what happened in history. Probably. Oh, I think it's time we stop the Battle of Britain. Maybe these planes were not a good idea. Yeah, let's just conserve them and leave Britain alone. We need to prepare for Barbarossa. Oh, also we need to quickly take Yugoslavia as well, but that's fine. I got tanks. It'll be fine. Huge benefit to puppeting Denmark. I can just get free equipment from Denmark that gets added to my stockpile. Thanks a lot, Danes. Holy crap, that's going to be hugely helpful. I also finally researched the better plane chassis, so let's see what the FW190 is. That is not bad. Cannons, machine guns, and it's got drop tanks for better range. That's going to be really helpful pushing into the Soviet Union. Let's just only build these. Plus the new U-87, the Cannon Vogel, does actually have a cannon on it. Cool, let's go. I'm just going to absolutely grind out Panzer IVs and planes, and also mechs, because there is going to be some mechs in our future. Let's hope it goes okay. And just in case it doesn't, I'm going to once again get some collabs on the Soviet Union because I'm scared. And I'm scared because I have to do something I really didn't want to have to do. I have to update my tank divisions to 1941. And you know what that means? They have to get smaller. Yes, that's right, Papa Mustache Man made all of his tank divisions much smaller in the lead up to Barbarossa. Yay, a massively reduced tank corps, again, still loads of light tanks, a little bit of armored motorized infantry, which I've taken to mean mechanized, a little bit more motorized artillery, and, interestingly, some armored heavy artillery, which I've taken to mean SPGs. It isn't the worst tank division ever, and the org is like a little bit better, and will get better as I get more doctrines, but man, this is not what I would pick. At least I can put the most up-to-date light tank in it, which is the Leopard. Based on the presets, this is like a good tank. This is a genuinely solid vehicle. This is gonna help my divisions out a lot. Well, I can't put it off any longer. Let's do it. Let's see what happens with our crappy divisions. We do have a lot of planes, though. Okay, it's not going too badly. We're pushing a little bit. Tanks are struggling. Oh, hey, we've made some encirclements, though. Look at this. That's not too bad. They're not very fast, the divisions, but hey, they're not terrible. I don't think I prepared properly, though, because a lot of the divisions have artillery in them. Like, there's a lot of artillery. And I am losing so much. I'm going to be in a deficit very soon. A big part of that is because I'm also pushing with infantry, but I just do not trust the tanks to do everything on their own. I need to do a general push as well. I'm sorry. We are making a lot of encirclements, though. This is good. And there it is. The infantry equipment is just about to run out. I'm not even close to Moscow yet. All right, we're touching on winter, and I do not think I'm going to satisfy Führer directives. I can't take all the cities. This feels too real. This is very historical. I have run out of equipment. I've run out of steam. My boys cannot make it through the winter. We got to reform, and we got to get ready for maybe a spring push. Oh, go on. Let's try one last little push. Maybe we can get to Moscow before winter sets in. Ooh, this is... This is really hard. My divisions have no supply. I am doing my best to upgrade the railways, but ooh, baby. Okay, yeah, I think I have to stop the push. It's November, and this is basically what happened historically. I can see Moscow. The spires of the Kremlin are in the distance, but I can't get there. Let's wait for spring. Oh, damn, they're doing their winter offensive. They're actually pushing me back a bit. Uh-oh, my divisions are not very good holding divisions. Oh, Denmark is saving me. Thank you. Send me guns. Also, I just checked my casualty numbers and they seem to have shot up. It's because the 12 divisions I sent as the Africa Corps are all dead. I got no notifications or warning, but the Italians lost them all. Goodbye, 12 divisions. Yeah, I've got to bite the bullet. I've got to go up in manpower. That's all there is to it. Service by requirement. But it is spring now. I'm going to try and close some weird pockets in the southwest and push into Crimea. However, it is 1942. That means I need to update the tank division. So here it is, the best I can figure, the 1942 Panzer. It has a bit more mechanized infantry. It has, for some reason, a motorized anti-air, which I really don't need because I control the entirety of the airspace over the Soviet Union, but whatever. But more importantly, it has more medium tanks than light tanks, so that's going to make a big difference. Also, hey, heavy tank time. Let's build the Tiger. Look at that. It is good. It's very expensive, but it's a strong vehicle. I think at best, a tank division probably had like a company of Tigers by 1943, so we don't have to worry about that just yet. We've also got a little mini D-Day in the northwest of France, but luckily the AI is not doing super well, so we could just crush them. Also, a little bit early, but I've researched the next medium tank, and here it is, the Panther. This is the next preset, and this is a much better tank. Look at this, sloped armor, interleaving road wheels. It's fast as well. I like this a lot. Let's see if we can get some of these out. I'm still going to keep making Panzer IVs because I really do need to make sure my divisions actually have tanks in them, but hey, a few Panthers will help a lot. Okay, a couple months of that seems to have really helped because look at that. Moscow is ours. Alright, it's now mid-42. We're doing a big general push. I think this is going to go fine. We've got this. It's really just the cast that's doing all the work, but the tank divisions are also surprisingly good now. Now that we've upped them a little bit more, they're stronger, they have higher hardness. We are actually doing okay. For some reason, Estonia wasn't taken by the Soviets. They just made them a puppet, so I've capitulated them and gained all their guns. That is going to massively fix our problems. Yes, okay. It's 1943. I have been pushing all through the winter, losing about 1 million men, but look at this. We win. It was basically just the Cass obliterating everybody and the tank divisions pushing as hard as they can. I think the early encirclements made a big difference, and making sure we had plenty of planes helped as well. We honestly barely got any Panthers out, which is very historical. Most of our tank armies consist of Leopards and Panzer IVs. We also didn't get any heavy tanks out, there just wasn't the opportunity because thankfully the Soviets did start to collapse. Oh, that was hard. That was really, really hard. I will say, though the presets are not good designs and using historical division designs are also not good, this really felt like an accurate World War II experience. I was genuinely getting stopped at the same places where Germany was stopped in real life. I had similar equipment problems. The only thing I wasn't lacking was oil because I just imported from Romania and built a lot of refineries for planes. Basically, I am better than Mustache Man, so get wrecked, scrub. Thank you very much for watching. Do be sure to leave this video a like and also comment down below what you thought of the video and what you think of my attempts to make my division designs historical. I release new videos every Friday at 5 PM British time, so I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.